Hey everyone, welcome back to my video. From this video onwards, I will also be starting HTML, CSS, and JavaScript tutorials. In this tutorial, I will show you how to make a random hex color generator using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You can see the output of the program on the screen. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Open your code editor. I will recommend you to use VS Code due to its useful features. Let's create an HTML file. I will call it index.html. Let's declare the doc type. It tells the browser what type of document to expect. Start the HTML code using HTML tag, followed by head and title tag. We will use the link tag to include our CSS file. Make sure to give rel, type, and href attributes to it. Now, in the body tag, create a div element with class as container. Inside the container, create another div element with class hex color and ID as hex col. Inside it, create a span element with ID as color. We will use it to display the color. By default, we will keep the color as black. Again, create div element with class btn and ID as btn. Make sure it's inside the container and not inside the hex color div. Let's give it an onClick function, which we will be writing in our JavaScript file. Let's add a text generate inside it. This div will be our button to generate random colors. Let's add a script tag to include our JavaScript file. We will call our JavaScript file as sketch.js. Time to write the CSS. Let's create a file. I will call it style CSS. Make sure to give same name to the file that you gave in href of link tag. Let's set the background color of body to black. Let's position the container to the center of screen. Make its position absolute. Set its top and left position to 50%. Now, translate its position to -50% on both axes as an offset. Also, set its text align to center the text. Now, let's style the hex color development. Set its color to white. This will make the text present inside it white. Set its display to block. Set its font weight to 700 to make the text bold. Set the font size to 90 pixels. Give it a bottom margin of 20 pixels, to avoid overlapping of the button with the text. We will capitalize the text within it, using text transform. Use text decoration, to give it an underline. Use text decoration color, to set the underline color to white. For those who have been wondering how the web page gets refreshed as I change the code, I am using an extension called Live Server, which is available in Marketplace. You can find link to it in description. Let's add styling to button. Set its display to flex. Color to white. Justify content to center. Background color to transparent. Font size to 30 pixels. Border to solid, white, with 4 pixels width. Set padding to 10%. Border radius to 6 pixel. Box shadows, 4 pixel horizontal and vertical offset each. Blur, 8 pixel. Spread, 0, and color to semi-transparent black. Set transition to all, 0.3 seconds. With 0 seconds ease. This will create a cool transition when user hovers on the button. Set cursor to pointer. And, user select to none. Let's change styling of button on hover. On hover, set its border radius to 50 pixels. And, box shadow with 8 pixels offset. And, 16 pixels blur, with same color. This is to intensify the shadow effect. Our CSS is ready. Time to write the JavaScript. Let's create a file, sketch.js, and start to write the code. We will start by declaring constants of elements used in our HTML. We will use DOM's getElementById method to create a reference to respective elements. Since there is no ID for body, we can use query selector for that. Time to generate a random hex color. We will write a function, generateHex, for this purpose. Let's declare a string containing all the digits present in hexadecimal system. Declare another variable, count, which we will use in a loop, to generate color. Let's declare a variable, color, which will have hash, as a string value. Now, we will use a while loop to continuously concatenate the color string with random characters from the string containing hex digits. MathRandom returns a float value between 0 and 1, so we are multiplying it by 16. Since it is a floating value, we want it to round off to nearest integer. So we use mathfloor. We also need to increment the value of count, since we are using a while loop. Let's change the text of span element, which holds the color code, to newly generated color. We will change color of body, using style property, which allows us to change CSS of DOM elements, using JavaScript. Let's check the program. It is working great. But if you notice, the text is not visible on very bright colors. To solve this issue, we will change the text and button color to black, based on the hue, saturation and lightness value of color. To achieve this, we will use a JavaScript library, tinycolor, to convert our hex color to HSL. Let's download the library. Or, you can copy-paste the raw data into a separate JavaScript file. Now, add the library to our HTML using script tag. Now declare a variable, HSL, to initialize the module with the generated hex color. Use the toHSL method to convert our color to its HSL value. Now, use an if condition to color the elements. The toHSL method returns an object containing the values. If the lightness of color is greater than 0.5, we will color the elements black, else, we will color them white. Time to test the program. Wait a minute. Why is it not working? Oh, never mind. A spelling mistake. Let's see the final output. As you can see, it is working as expected. You may want to play with this value to make it more perfect. So that's all for today. Hope you have enjoyed the tutorial. Please be sure to drop a like on this video, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.